Okay, the first thing you do after you log in is you will see that it says Start My Tools Nutrition Tracker. So let's click on Nutrition Tracker. Okay, this is our nutrition tracker. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some food. So you click Add a Food and a list will appear. Okay, now let's say I had cottage cheese. And you see some things popped up on a list up here. Those are options. Now I may not have had one of these types of cottage cheese, but let's say I had non-fat cottage cheese, so I'm going to select that. It brings it here and it gives me how much I had. Now if you're curious to see the nutritional information for it, you click See Nutritional Information and it will tell you the calories per serving for 1 cup of not packed cottage cheese. Non-fat cottage cheese is 123 calories. You can see all of the nutritional values. It has 2.7 carbohydrates, 2.7 sugars, 25 grams of protein, so on and so forth. Let's close that. Alright, and let's say I had that for breakfast. Now, let's say this is something that I have often for breakfast, so I would put a check mark here where it says add this food to my favorites. So we're going to add that food. And let's say we had a grapefruit. Oops, I can't type. Okay, I'm not going to select from the list at the top. I'm just going to hit enter. Alright, let's hit search. And it brings me up a list of different grapefruit options. And let's say what I had was not actually grapefruit, but it was the Florida's Natural Ruby Red Grapefruit Juice plus calcium with added vitamin C. I would select that. It's going to change the nutritional information at the bottom and the serving size. Now you will notice on this list you will see some things that have an asterisk beside them. The things with an asterisk are things that members just like you and I have entered and they've been added to the list. Click on the servings. Usually it would have ounces or cups. Well, it does have ounces here. It says in the description it says 8 fluid ounces. So if I had 16 ounces, that's going to be 2 servings. And so we are going to add that to my food today. There's some other really nifty features of when you add your food, like if you make a recipe at home. I use Spark Recipes and I will go to that site and I will add all the ingredients for my recipe and figure out how many servings it is and calculate calories. On that site you can also say, okay, I want to add that to my food menu on SparkPeople, and it will do it automatically for you if you check the little box. Another really cool feature of this is your favorites. I can get it to click. Alright, here you will see foods that are my favorites, if it will come on. Alright, these are foods that were not in the list at the time. There's some of my Spark recipes like Angie's Meatloaf, black and white chicken chili is one of my recipes. I've added live active cottage cheese, Brugger's bagels, fudge bars. Y'all don't really see that. You don't see Bojangles dirty rice. Things that I have to go to other websites to find the calories for, I will add in here. And the way that you enter a food is you click edit manually entered food. You take something off or you change the calories if you've got it wrong or whatever, but you see my whole list. I have a very long list here. So we're going to close this. Oh, the way that you add something to this, I'll have to show you in just a second. Alright, so you have to do this. It's a lot because like in the mornings, a lot of times I will have a morning coffee is what I call it. It's 16 ounces of coffee. I add 3 packages of Splenda, 1 teaspoon of non-dairy creamer, powdered creamer, and I don't want to have to put that together every day, so I can do a food grouping. Another favorite breakfast of mine is blueberry waffles, and that's blueberry waffles with just a dab of peanut butter. I don't like syrup, it's gross. Or so if you want to create a new food grouping, you can click Create New Food Grouping. And it will bring up the same kind of list that you had when you were looking for foods to add to your and again, you search for the foods that you want to add, and then you add them. Oh, here is where you enter a food that is not on the group. Excuse me, not on the list. You would simply click that. And I always do this when I have the nutritional information for food. A lot of websites. Calorie King is a really good website for if you go to fast food. We shouldn't be eating fast food, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Be very careful when you are calculating calories of things. Be sure that you pay attention to what the serving size is. Serving size can really mess with you, okay? My computer, so it'll bring up a lot of different things a lot of times when I click someplace. So if yours doesn't do that, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just the way mine's set up. So you put in the name of it, and I always like to put a serving size there. I also go through the nutritional label, and I put everything that's on there, and then I click Save Food, and that adds it to the list, and we'll also add it to your favorites, just so you know. So once you've added all your food in, I'm going to close all these windows. I got like so many. My computer's about to choke. Okay. Another feature of this page is that you can track your water. Simply use the up and down arrows. You can also track your vegetable servings. Most vegetables, a half a cup equals 1 serving, okay? So you would just click it again. See, now I've got 2 servings. Down here at the bottom, you can see the calorie range. You can... Now, this is a new feature, grocery list for this week. I think that is more if you eat their meals. See, I put these 2 things on here. Some people go ahead and plan out their meals for the entire week at the beginning of the week. I think Bonnie might do that, or she eats the list, that she eats the meals that they give you. I'm sorry, Bonnie. Love you. You don't eat the list. But you can create a grocery list. Like, there's a lot of things that I eat the same every week. Yogurt, sugar-free Jell-O pudding that's only 60 calories, non-fat milk, my Nutri-Grain blueberry waffles. I like those. There's things like that. And you can do it. You can show however long back you want it to go. Okay, and then you can make your grocery list that way, which that's a really cool new feature I had not seen until just now. Hadn't paid much attention. So if you have any questions, just send me a Spark mail, or any suggestions or whatever comments. They're more than welcome. I hope this helps you guys. If you have any problems, again, just let me know. Okay, thanks.